Until the time came, at 5 in the afternoon, Agent Jimmy woke up like he was hit by an alarm clock. He saw Black Bro half asleep and thought, let's give him a surprise. So he immediately slammed handcuffs on him because Black Bro's identity made him a prime suspect. At that moment, the others also started waking up, and all eyes turned to Black Bro. But Black Bro argued, I didn't make the coffee. Meanwhile, Jimmy hurried to wake up Agent Nick, who was sprawled on the table. Nobody expected Agent Rafe's head to just fall off. Curly nearly fled in terror at the sight. But Rafe had no blood on him, and Laura realized that during their sleep, the killer had drained Rafe's blood before decapitating him. The killer scribbled mysterious numbers on the glass wall with his blood, leaving 2 new watches as clues. The hands pointed at 6 o'clock, meaning that in 20 minutes 2 of them would become the killer's new targets. But nobody knew who the killer was. For safety, they took the highly suspicious Black Bro to a room. He then finally explained why he had island info. I consulted him. His cart was just too far away. However, agents didn't buy Black Bro's excuse, leaving a mobile Curly to monitor him. The others kept seeking clues, entangling innocent agents deeper, unaware of the killer's number meanings. No one knew what it actually meant. Suddenly, Jimmy recalled that those frequently appearing numbers were actually a unit of light speed. Hearing this, Laura was enlightened. She quickly turned off the room lights and used a scanner to find some strange glowing marks on Agent Nicole. They found letters on everyone, but they had no clue what these letter combinations meant. 6 o'clock, Curly, watching Black Bro, heard sounds outside the door. After opening the door, Curly found the loose pipe was leaking. As he went to check, the light tube dropped. The bulb suddenly fell, and Curly was startled by the sparks, leaving him with nowhere to run. At that moment, the pipe joint broke, flooding him. Sensing danger, Curly jumped from his wheelchair and scrambled to the nearby pipe. He hung on with both hands, trying to avoid contact with the flood below to escape electrocution. The flood was flowing into the room, making Black Bro aware that things weren't good either. Black Bro informed Curly they must cut power to survive, as others were unaware. Black Bro asked Curly for his gun, claiming he could cut power in another room. Curly was skeptical. Facing Curly's disbelief, Black Bro had no choice but to take the gun. The moment he got the gun, Black Bro broke the lock in his hand and swiftly moved toward the door through the pipes. However, the challenge now was how to get through the corridor. Black Bro shot several holes in the wall, using them as leverage to climb through effortlessly. However, the gunshots caught the attention of other agents on another floor, who rushed over. Curly saw them approaching and quickly warned them not to touch the water underground. Black Bro successfully reached the room where the power was located, while Curly, hanging from the pipes, was nearing his limit. In a life-and-death situation, Black Bro managed to cut the power just in time, saving Curly from disaster. After this, Black Bro vented on false accusations, having cleared his name. However, Agent Jimmy triggered a hidden trap when turning off the valve, 3 arrows piercing him instantly. Jimmy, on the ground, instantly died, and they then realized the killer's 2 watches meant double traps. Curly, a history buff, deciphered the letters on the clothes, revealing the island's original name. Legend has it that during the 16th century colonial era, sailors first discovered this island and began establishing a colony here. At that time, hundreds settled here. 2 years later, returning sailors found everyone gone without a trace. The only thing left was this set of words, making the killer's message clear: they would disappear like those people on this island. Now they didn't have much time left, for they found another watch left by the killer, which showed an hour and a half later. To find out who the killer was, they decided to start with the objects that the killer had interacted. Acute, stroke 3, acute, Igrov letter 763, not sign is Cyrillic letter 4, Rabies I, to the letter 3ca, Armenian, a letter 2be, until the letter 2bd, pendants and tanda retro, flex a quarter, alia 3, Ogrov, until the circumflex, acute, letter 3fa, off, stroke 3, stroke, acute, I Gobraid, a delta divided by I acute, grov acute, a letter 3ca, suspicious substances, pendants, and micro items, I grov, I micro, symbol 368, acute, a tilde, as Cyrillic letter 523, a half, stroke, letter 236, circumflex, or letter 3ca, to compare, Cyrillic letter for F3, pendant sign, letter 3ca for comparison, or divide by 3 copyright times, circumflex letter 236. pound symbol 36CH hook pound sign symbol 3680 white cube micro divide by 3/4 AM outlet at GBD halflet 179 pound sign IR igrov ILA Q D11 AM out micro yen look at GTC not sign 0 plus or minus 1 3 at plus or minus Chinese at. After over an hour of analysis, the computer finally gave a result one person's DNA matched. For safety's sake, before checking who it was, Laura suggested that everyone place the guns on the table. The result shocked Laura, as everyone suddenly aimed at her. Laura couldn't react in time and realized she'd become the prime suspect. No matter how she explained, no one believed her, leaving Laura feeling isolated. She declared she didn't fit the killer's profile at all, claiming the killer was merely proving he was above them all. However, after reflecting, Laura realized things weren't so simple. The killer's spree might be meticulously planned. The killer crafted corresponding traps using the agent's unique traits. The first victim, Jack, always charged ahead. Agent Rafe was sipping coffee, and just before Jimmy, who got killed, was great at repairs, the killer tailored the traps for each individual. Curly was skilled in history but physically disabled, while Nicole excelled at driving and shooting, yet wasn't that tough inside. Laura feared the water because of her sister's death, but at that moment, Nicole was in peril, coughing up blood and collapsing. While analyzing, a vending machine outside dropped a pack. Nicole saw it and couldn't resist smoking one.